NFL Week 4 picks. Uh, tonight's game, it's 1:45 a.m. in the morning. Tonight's game, 1:45 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. Tonight's game is between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Washington Redskins. So I'm doing these picks early like I usually do. I'm sorry that I'm filming like this. I know people probably prefer screen capture, but my laptop, it basically died. I spilled a drink on it. I was sleeping and I knocked my drink onto the keyboard. And I thought I had a computer that had a water resistant keyboard, but no, apparently I didn't, and it ruined the keyboard and the touchpad built into the laptop. So that was my bad. Yeah, it was carbonated water that just tore that laptop apart. Except the components in it all still work, like the RAM and the SSD, I believe, and all the other parts. Yeah, it's a bad situation. I did try connecting a wireless keyboard and mouse to it. That temporarily worked, and then it didn't work. So it's fried. Something's fried in it. I'm hoping the other parts in it aren't bad, because I'm probably just gonna, I don't know, replace it, and then just use the parts from it because I'm cheap like that. The Dallas Cowboys at the New York Giants. The New York Giants actually played pretty good against who were they playing? They were favored to lose. I know that. They were playing the Cleveland Browns, and the Giants upset the Cleveland Browns. I'm gonna pick Dallas in this game, but I think it's gonna be closer than people may expect. I think the Giants are starting to find their groove a little bit, but I still can't trust them. And while Dallas has been playing pretty bad in the last two games, they did have a comeback against the Baltimore Ravens, and maybe Baltimore was sitting back a little bit, didn't expect Dallas to come back. I don't know if they do that. Like, people don't want to get their players on their team injured, but when you do that, that's why comebacks happen. Ravens almost blew that game. Like, they almost blew that game. And maybe it's just more credit to Dallas for coming back from pretty big deficit. But I don't know. I think Dallas is going to win this game. I think it's going to be close. It's a divisional game, so sometimes they're close. I think it'll be fairly close. I don't know. Dallas looks okay this year so far. I don't know. It's hard to judge a 1-2 team because it's still early in the season. But I think Dallas will win this game. I'll say by probably like a touchdown or something like that. But I think it's going to be competitive. I think it's going to be more competitive than just like what the score is going to indicate at the end of the game. I think the Giants will be in the game, because I think Dallas is still trying to. I don't know. I think Dallas is struggling a little bit lately, and I'm going to give it to them. I think Dallas is going to win this game. I wouldn't pick the Giants. Giants still have to show me a little bit more before I pick them. And I know, like, oh, well, they beat the Cleveland Browns. It's a pretty impressive win. Cleveland has a pretty solid defense. Yeah, Dallas beat up that same Cleveland Browns team a lot. I mean, you don't do triangle theories. You're not supposed to, but I think Dallas has more talented players, so I'm going to go with Dallas. The next game we have is Denver Broncos, who upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are pretty good on offense. So Denver's defense is showing up. Denver's offense showed up too. They actually played pretty well on offense too. And I'm going to shock people with this pick probably, but I'm not going with the Jets. Aaron Rodgers led Jets. I'm going to go with the young line in the Denver's young line quarterback with the Denver. Was it Bo? What was his name? Bo Jinks? I don't know what his name is. I don't know what the guy's name is, but I don't know. I have a feeling Denver's going to win this game and shock some people. I'm sure Jets are favored because they're at home, but I think they're going to win this game. I think Sean Payton's starting to get that team playing how he wants them to play, and they're starting to, they're hitting their groove right now. Kind of like the Giants, but the Giants, I don't know. I'm not really a believer in Giants. I think the Denver Broncos have some talent, and they're starting to show up now. I know Denver's got some pretty decent receivers. I think they have like a couple of them, or something, one or two, I believe. And I know their defense they're always pretty good. Like, Denver's defense is not the problem. It's been their offense lately, but they actually had a very good offensive showing against Tampa. So I think it continues, and I think they carry on in this game. And I think Denver probably wins by, I don't know, I'll say, it's probably going to be a competitive game because the Jets they're no slouches. They had a pretty good game too recently against, who were they playing? Oh, they were playing the really bad Patriots team who was expected to be bad this year. But I think Denver wins. I think they upset, and I'll say they probably win by like a field goal. I think Denver wins this game. I think they find a way to win on the road again in MetLife Stadium. Next game we have is the Cincinnati Bengals at Carolina Panthers. In this game, I'm going to go with Carolina did show up with Andy Dalton. I don't know if that's going to continue, but I think I'm going to take Cincinnati Bengals. I haven't seen, obviously they haven't played yet. There's right now 0-2 team, but I think they're going to be 1-2 after they beat I think they're going to beat the Redskins probably, most likely. And if that happens, I think Cincinnati's going to go on the road and beat Carolina. It'll be a competitive game. It might be. I would take Cincinnati at least by a touchdown in this game, though. Yeah, Andy Dalton. He showed that Bryce Young is probably a bust. He's a short quarterback. I mean, I have issues with short quarterbacks, and I'm not trying to height shame anybody. I'm about the same size as these guys, like 5'10", 5'11", like 5'9". Like, I'm not a tall guy either, and stuff like that. That's why I don't play quarterback. But it's obviously hard to see over the linemen, and if you're a short quarterback, you're going to have to be very mobile. You're going to have to run around. Like Kyler Murray does it too. He knows that he's got a disadvantage being a shorter quarterback. So what he does, he'll run and throw. But you're using a lot of stamina up when you're doing that, and it's not as easy as they make it look on the TV. Obviously. It's definitely harder being a shorter quarterback in the league, definitely. That's why I think Joe Montana technically is better than Tom Brady if you want to look for the fact that the era he played in was tougher. The quarterbacks, they took a lot of abuse on their body because they actually let them play football, and it was very tough. Probably why some of them have brain damage now, but not Joe Montana. I think he's pretty healthy. I think he was fortunate enough not to get hit too often like that. But Joe Montana's a legend. Like, people don't understand. Like, he was 6'2", and Tom Brady's what, like 6'6", 6'7"? I think Tom Brady's like 6'6". That's a whole 4 inches taller, and you have them being soft. If you have the quarterback like this, you get a penalty. Like, it wasn't like that back then. So yeah, I know that Tom Brady technically has gone to more Super Bowls. I think he won more Super Bowls. So was he 5 out of 7 or something like that? Or I think is it 5 out of 9 or 7 out of 9 or something like that? I don't know how many. I can't even think right now. I think Joe Montana's better, and I like Tom Brady. He's a legend in his own book, but I think people underrate Joe Montana. I really do. But both are great guys in real life. I like both the guys. Their personalities are great, but I really like Joe Montana. I think he's underrated. Like, I think people they don't. It happened so long ago. Like, a lot of us. I was a kid at the time. Like, I wasn't paying attention to football, and I was in my diapers basically when Joe Montana was dominant. But yeah, anyways, Cincinnati Bengals at the Carolina Panthers. I'm going Bengals. Jacksonville Jaguars at the Houston Texans. Jacksonville plays tonight against somebody. I can't even think who they play. Oh, not again. No. Cincinnati plays against the Redskins. Who does Jacksonville play against tonight? I don't know. I don't like Jacksonville, so by default, I'm going to pick Houston. I know Houston just had a horrendous game in Minnesota, but Minnesota is shocking people. Like, Minnesota is literally one of the, maybe they are the best team in the league, or you could at least rank them either first or second, depending if you like the Chiefs more, or if you like the Minnesota Vikings more. I think I like the Vikings more. I think the Vikings are winning more dominant, but I don't know. You could be like, oh, well, that's because they're playing certain teams that maybe they match up really well against. But yeah, I'm gonna take Houston. I think they're gonna have a bounce back game. They had a horrendous game in Minnesota, but Minnesota might be going to the Super Bowl this year. Who the hell knows? It's either them or maybe the Eagles or something like that. The Eagles are looking like they're starting to find their groove a little bit, but the Eagles keep having these awful games. Like, it's hard to buy into my Eagles because, like, they barely beat the Saints, and the Saints didn't look good either. Like, neither team looked good on offense. It was a defensive showing, so maybe you can credit the defenses showing up for both teams. But I just think that I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be talking about this game. Houston's going to win this game, in my opinion. I'm going to take them. I don't trust Jacksonville until Jacksonville shows me something. Los Angeles Rams, the Chicago Bears, Los Angeles upset, and they're at the Bears. The Bears aren't good. The Bears are not good. They just lost to the Colts, and it was a horrendous showing, in my personal opinion. I don't care that this is in Chicago. I'm not a believer in Chicago right now. Even with all the injuries the Rams are dealing with, I think because the Rams just had this epic comeback against the 49ers, I think the Rams are finding something. Like, even if they have a lot of banged up players that the backup players are starting to step up. And I'm going to take the LA Rams on the road in a hostile environment. I'll say by a field goal. It'll probably be competitive, but Chicago just finds ways to lose. They're just not very good. It's probably going to be more a defensive showing for both teams because, Chicago has no offense. Their offense kind of sucks. Their offense looked bad against I think it was against the Colts, who people don't think have a great defense. So, yeah, I'm gonna take the LA Rams. I'm not sure if it's an upset or not, but I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams. It probably is an upset because they're beat up. The next game, we have the Minnesota Vikings at Green Bay. I'm expecting Jordan Love to be playing in this game. If Jordan Love plays in this game, I will take the Packers to beat Minnesota Vikings. But if Jordan Love does not play, there's no way I'm taking Malik Willis over Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's way better than Malik Willis, in my personal opinion. I think that's most people's opinion. Sam Darnold is actually looking pretty good this year. So like I just said, if Jordan Love doesn't play, I'm taking Minnesota. Like, I can't give you... I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know if Jordan Love is playing or not. I think he has to come back for this game. I'm expecting him to play in this game. If he doesn't play in this game, I'm taking Minnesota, obviously. But if Jordan Love plays, I'll take Green Bay. New Orleans Saints, because that's a big difference maker, obviously. New Orleans Saints at the Atlanta Falcons. This should be a great game. It's a divisional game. It's in Atlanta. I think I'm going to take the Saints. I think the Saints were really embarrassed with their performance against my Eagles. They played like shit. I don't know what the hell the Saints were doing. The Saints should have not lost to us. That was a horrific game. A horrific game by the New Orleans Saints. And my Philadelphia Eagles didn't play good either. Jalen Hurts kept turning the ball over again. Over and over again. I guess you can credit the defense of the Saints and credit the Eagles defense and all that stuff like that. But I just thought it was a bad offensive showing by both teams. They were struggling to put points up. It just, yeah. And you can credit the defenses, but yeah, I think the Saints will win this game. It's probably going to be a very close game. I'll say the Saints by a field goal, but I think they find a way to win it. I know Atlanta's playing really good. I know they just had that great game against the Chiefs. They could have arguably beat the Chiefs. I thought they were going to. They started off the game very hot, but then they just, I don't know, they blew it. I'm going to go with the Saints, though, by a field goal. In Atlanta. Philadelphia Eagles at Tampa Bay. I would love to pick the Eagles got to show me more, man. They got to show me more. I'm sorry. I know a win's a win at the end of the day, but that's saying so stupid. Because we've seen the Eagles play like this last year where they were winning a lot of close games and then they faltered near the end of the season, looked really atrocious, and almost any team could have beat them near the end of the season, which Tampa Bay did. And Tampa Bay is coming off a horrendous showing against the Denver Broncos. I think Tampa Bay is going to look to bounce back. The Eagles looked like shit last year against Tampa Bay. I would love to pick my Eagles saying this is a revenge game. The Eagles avenged their loss in the playoffs. They looked so bad in that playoff loss. I'm not sure how much of a difference this team is. Like, is it really that much different? I know we got some different players on the defensive side of the ball. And the Eagles offense, I don't know what the hell they're doing. I know they've dealt with they're dealing with some injuries and stuff like that, but like, it's ridiculous. Next man, step up, do something, you know what I mean? And the defense, the only way the Eagles probably win this game is if the defense from the Saints game shows up, because they could probably bail the offense out again. But the Eagles offense needs to start doing more. And Jalen Hurts needs to stop turning the ball over all the time, whether it's an interception or a fumble. Like, stop. I know it's hard. The other team's trying to win too and stuff like that. You get paid how much? How much is Jalen Hurts getting paid? Like, he's got a big contract. Like, I feel like he should be playing a little bit better. I mean, it doesn't have to be like, you don't have to be Tom Brady. No one's expecting Jalen Hurts to be Tom Brady. Most people aren't expecting Jalen Hurts to be Patrick Mahomes. But can you play just a little bit better? Have more awareness? Jesus Christ. Or maybe start using more of your asset of just your running back ability, because that's what you are. You're a running back who's playing quarterback. We can't say that. That's racist. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care what people think about me. They can think whatever the hell they want. But anyways, I'm going to take Tampa Bay because I don't trust the Eagles' offense. The Eagles' defense might bail them out again, but I'm going to take Tampa Bay at home. Tampa just had a horrendous showing. Eagles had a horrendous showing despite winning. Make that make sense. The Pittsburgh Steelers, well, their offense did at least. And I know their offense was banged up at times in that game, but it's like, next man up. I'm sick of the excuses. Like, the backups are supposed to be pretty good, too. They're trying to fight for the starting job, too. The Pittsburgh Steelers at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not a believer in the Colts. I just think the Bears stink. I think we saw who the Bears are. I think Bears fans are starting to realize that, too, because I watched some Bears fans. Oh, low battery. Oh, great. I got to finish this up. I'm taking too long. I thought I charged this. Stupid iPhone 6. Anyways, I got to hurry this up. Pittsburgh Steelers at Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to take the Steelers. The Steelers look like a juggernaut right now. Steelers offense actually started playing a bit better against a pretty solid, tough Chargers defense. So the Steelers are for real. They're for real. And I think they're going to win on the road again. Steelers, they're playing some pretty solid football right now. Watch out for them in the AFC, but it's still a Chiefs division until somebody takes the crown from them. Well, conference, I mean. I said that wrong. Because I'm panicking because my phone's about to die. All right. Damn it. I need to scroll down. Oh, wait. So we got the Washington Redskins at the Arizona Cardinals. I'm not a fan of Washington. I think they stink. By default, I'll take Arizona. As I say that, Washington upset the Bengals. It's probably not going to happen. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty confident the Bengals beating the crap out of the Washington Redskins. They're not a good team, and they need to go back to their Native American logo, warrior logo, because that was disrespectful when the real racist, in my opinion, stripped that logo from its history. You know, like it's almost like they just telling you like, don't remember that Native Americans exist. Like that's what it kind of feels like. A lot of Native Americans they're speaking like that, and that's a demographic that they don't usually play. Like they're not playing victim. They're not saying, "Oh, I'm a victim because what you guys did." No, you guys are fucked up for doing that. You leave Caucasian faces on everything else, though. You leave them on the cereal boxes. You leave them on the oatmeal boxes, and you leave them on any other food product. Then you strip like Native Americans off food products. You strip black people off food products. This is fucking progressive. Like, what the fuck is wrong with the left? Fucking psychos. Anyways, next game we have is the New England Patriots at San Francisco 49ers. San Fran should win this game, but, you know, I thought they were going to win against a really banged up LA Rams team, but I'm going to take the Niners at home. You're at home. The Patriots, I don't think they're that good. I think this should be a pretty lopsided win by the 49ers. I think they should win by at least 2 touchdowns. But hey, they had that lead against the Rams and blew it. So who knows? The next game we have is the Cleveland Browns at the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to take Las Vegas Raiders. I don't trust the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns just lost to the Giants. Yes, I know Las Vegas just lost to a crappy Panthers team where people thought it was crappy until the Red Rifle or Andy Dalton took over. Apparently Bryce Young, the short quarterback, isn't the answer in Carolina. And, whoa, that was a real shocker. A shorter quarterback. It's not a risk taking a shorter quarterback. I'm so shocked. That's height discrimination. Yeah, I'm discriminating against myself. They're about my height. Jesus Christ. I don't know exactly their height because a lot of people lie about their height. They could be given an inch. They could be taking an inch. I don't even know my exact height. Anyways, it's not good to be shorter. I mean, your average height, it's not good for sports. 10% battery remaining. I got to hurry this up. All right, Kansas City Chiefs at the Los Angeles Chargers. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. No, Chargers, you stink. You just lost to Pittsburgh, and I don't know. You're frauds. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. It's a divisional game. It can go either way, but I trust the Chiefs more. The Buffalo Bills at the Baltimore Ravens. Oh, crap. Come on, hurry up. The battery's about to die. Bills or the Ravens? Bills or the Ravens? I'm going to take the Ravens. They're at home. This might be the first loss. This is probably the first loss to the Bills. Yeah, the Bills are playing against the crappy Jaguars tonight. They better win that game because I think they might lose to the Ravens because the Ravens have to start winning games because they need to start winning. You know, they have to go 2-2. If they don't go 2-2, they're going to be in trouble. Like, you don't want to climb. Nobody wants to be in a hole, obviously. Okay, I'm going to go with the Ravens. But I think it's going to be a close game. It'll probably be like a field goal or something like that. But I'll go with the Ravens at home. Tennessee Titans at the Miami Dolphins. The Tennessee Titans are disgusting. So are the Miami Dolphins too. They both stink. They both stink. I really don't like that quarterback at the Tennessee Titans. He looked really bad. I don't know if they benched him or what or something, but he stinks. I'm gonna take Miami just for being at home. I don't like the Tennessee Titans. I think they suck. I don't know if they're winning a game this year. Seattle Seahawks at the Detroit Lions. I will take. Ooh, this game didn't already happen already? For some reason I felt like it did. I don't know. I'm weird. I'll take Detroit, but I wouldn't be shocked if Seattle upset. But I'm going to go with Detroit because I'm afraid that if I pick against Detroit, everyone's going to call me a Detroit hater. So I'm just going to go with Detroit. I think Detroit can win this game. They should win this game. They're probably favored. It's probably going to be a close game. It's probably by a field goal. I don't know. It just looks like Seattle's a really good team. People are underrating them a little bit. Anyways, bye-bye. End of the video. Battery's dying.